Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode. And today we're doing some form of like Aztec alien. This is just random design I just threw together. I just had loads of ideas and just sort of playing around with rigid and sort of smooth shapes and no idea what I was doing. As always, if you do enjoy the video, give it a little like and subscribe today for more, as there will be more tutorials coming very soon. Enjoy! So I started off first of all by marking out the general shapes on my face just with a standard lip liner. Now the reason why I use a lip liner is just because it's a lot easier when it comes to making mistakes or having to make changes to the general layout. Now with this design there is a lot of drawing on the face, and you will sort of see me chop and change with smudging out bits and redoing bits, and like I say, it's all sort of trial and error when it comes to putting the design from paper onto the face, because obviously every face is different. Once we're finally finished with all the marking out, I started to basically paint in the sections that were around the eye area in a white foundation. If you don't have white foundation available, you can use just a white face paint instead. But the sections around the eyes and the neck areas with the curled sections are the only two sections that are going to have white in them. Now I'm filling in the sort of rigid triangular sections. They sort of look like armour, I guess, but I'm filling these in with a tan body paint. Now I'm actually using an eye primer for my lips. Now the reason being is because I want to have the colour as vivid as possible on my lip area. So after that I'm applying just a sort of a tangerine yellow orange colour, and that is going to be focused solely on the centre of the face area. Then going ahead with a red eyeshadow, I'm just applying it from the middle cheek area to the forward section of my mouth. I'm trying to avoid the section closest to my ear, as that's going to get filled up with black. Now I'm also wanting to take the same colour combination on the neck, and I'm just taking the red first of all and I'm blending the orange underneath it. Now I'm using a really dark brown and then I go over it in black, and I'm just wanting to create shadow sections on my temple and the jaw as well. It's all about blending it as much as possible. Now Now I'm just going ahead with an emerald green body paint, and I'm just creating the underside colour of the flesh. And I just want to place this on the cheek areas and on the neck as well. Now this look calls for quite a lot of shading and basically trying to create the illusion that the shapes are actually there. Now all I'm doing is underneath each plate of the triangular armour I'm creating a shadow with roughly about 3 different tones of brown eyeshadows. Now I will do this over all the sections of the armour, so the nose, the cheeks and the neck as well. Again, this section is all about blending it in, but I want to make sure that I'm keeping the shading underneath each tile. And I went back in just with the black eyeshadow just to deepen the shadows underneath the tile sections on the cheeks. Now I'm creating false highlights just using a white body paint, and if the light was too harsh, in my opinion, I was just smudging it out with my finger. And I just want to place the highlights on roughly the sides or tops of tiles. And I just moved on to the shading on the cheek area as well, and on the scroll sections I'm just using a black eyeshadow and just creating some faux shadows. Now the white face paint by itself is fairly flat, so I wanted to try and give it some life with shading, and all I'm using is a dark grey metallic colour around the edges of the cheeks. And with a smaller detail brush I'm just using that exact same grey shade and creating a V shape on the scroll sections, again just to give it extra sort of movement almost, and doing the same V sections on the neck as well. And again, just with some black eyeshadow, just underneath the mask section, I'm just creating more shadows to give the illusion that there is something sitting on top of the face. And then with a white Barry M liner, I'm just lining my waterline and on top of my eyes as well and smudging that out. And as you can see, I've created a paper diamonds sort of section for my forehead. That's just stuck down with some latex and coloured with the same colour that I've got on my face. And all I'm doing is just some brown shadows under it. And to sort of add some jazziness to the whole thing, just sticking these sort of black pearls on and around my face. And again, all I'm doing here is just fixing up with extra shading, and that is the look complete. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.